tonight. Obviously, we couldn't get Alex on the show tonight since he has work tomorrow morning early, but we have special guest Brandon After on the show tonight with us, and we're trying to get the Mr. Five Star, the architect Rob on the show as well. He'll be joining us via ride home from Vegas, so he wanted to join us as well. So I'm trying to get him on the show, but welcome everybody. Bizarre One, Brandon After, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Now.
Yeah, I was surprised. Architect going to take a break from the bikini contest.
Yes, yeah. Taking a little break from hanging out at Vegas and having a good old time looking at ladies in bikinis. So let me just drop him one more invite one more time. But Brennan, After, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, and my voice is a little hoarse now.
Well, thank you for that awesome introduction. That was very nice of you. Man, the Bizarre One, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, so After is going to join us a little bit more often when he can. So I asked if he wanted to join us, and he said he has a little bit of time. So, oh, look, we got Rob on the show as well. Hope you, how you doing? Can you hear us okay, Rob?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We can hear you good. How about you guys? Can you guys hear us, him fine in the chat room? So thank you for joining us. Be safe while driving, since you are doing this while you're driving. But thank you, everybody. Let's jump right into SummerSlam. We had 13 matches on the card tonight. We had Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler open up the show. You want to start off with that, or do you want to start off with the meat and potatoes, which was the ending of tonight's SummerSlam, where we saw Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns go one-on-one for hopefully the last fucking time. What would y'all like to go with first? Let's see what the chat room's going. Anybody? Let's just go with Dolph Ziggler, because that was actually a nice little match there. We had Dolph Ziggler take on Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match for the IC Championship. We had Dean Ambrose and Rollins corner, and we had Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler's corner. We'll go with Mr. Brandon After first. What did you think of the IC title match, and what did you think of the outcome?
I thought there was no better way to start off this SummerSlam. I love when they lead the show off with Rollins matches, because they never really disappoint, and this was more of the same. Now, we might not have gotten the heel turn that everybody wanted to see, but I mean, the crowd was into this one from the minute the bell rung, and both performers put on a hell of a show. And we even got to see Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre, be a part of this match and not necessarily ruin it either. So I love the outcome. I'm a Seth Rollins stan, so I absolutely loved it, and really happy that it let off. And honestly, this was my favorite match of the night. So.
Oh, okay. All right. You're already throwing it out there. Thank you guys for the Super Hearts. I think it was Budweiser, Speeds, and Jeffrey Cross. Thank you guys for the Super Hearts tonight. Thank you so much. All right, Architect, your first time on the show. Let's see how you thought of the opening match of SummerSlam.
I agree with a lot with After said. I think it was match of the night as well. Both guys showed a lot of near falls and a lot of action. Yes, okay.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, Mr. Architect. We'll try that one more time.
So I thought it was match of the night. I really like the athleticism, near falls. Rollins doing the reverse flex into the reverse Falcon Arrow was an awesome move. The turn that we were I kind of set up the win. I was in
I can't hear him even slightly.
Architect, you're breaking up badly, my friend. Let's do the show, and when we do the call-ins, I'll send you another invite. Hopefully your connection will be a little bit better. It started off good, but then it was not that great. All right, buddy.
No problem.
All right, drop out so I don't have to eject you, so I can invite you later. Okay.
Yeah, he's just driving. No big deal.
Yeah, it's just because he's driving. And yes, this is a Jay White shirt, Red Sox fan. I hope you love it. We'll go with the Bizarre One. Your thoughts of the Intercontinental title match and the outcome where you saw Rollins win?
It wasn't a bad match for Rollins. I don't think the crowd was hot from the whole beginning to end because I heard a lot of silence in the beginning of the match before this match started. There wasn't a lot of movement from the crowd. But yeah, that reverse suplex from the top rope, that got a very dangerous move to do like that. I mean, jeez. I mean, and then pick it up again. I mean, it was okay, but doing that from the top rope, man, that's dangerous right there. And I've never been in the ring, but that just looks dangerous to try something like that. But yeah, I mean, Rollins won. No surprise there. Shield reigns. Whoa, look at that. We got double B's on this. We got the B team here.
Mechanics in the building.
That is definitely. We got the B team. We got Mr. Brandon Catino joining us as well. So yeah, the definition of the B team: Brandon after the Bizarre One and Catino. Brandon Catino on the show. Thank you for dropping in. So, what did you think of the outcome? Did you enjoy the little physicality between Ambrose and McIntyre? The nice little tease there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this isn't. I'm not like everyone else who just wants to see these two go at it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, it was okay. To me, it could be just me. I think them being there took a lot away from the match too, because everyone was more concerned with what Drew and Ambrose were doing on the outside, and to me, it took away from the match a little bit. I mean, the match is good, but to me, it took it away because everyone's looking at these guys on the outside.
A fair point. I can see that being a little bit of a criticism. I can see that. What about you, Mr. Catino? What did you think of the opening match?
Man, you can't go wrong when you start with Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. You know, they definitely know how to steal the show. They definitely know how to set the tone for the night. Saying I can't go wrong with those two guys. Those are two of my favorite guys. So I was really looking forward to that match. It was kind of okay to see the newest member of OVE in the WWE. Ohio versus everyone, Dean Ambrose with his nice haircut.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Dude, he's from Ohio. He's got the shaved head like the rest of the crew, man. He's just the newest member. We just don't know it yet.
Can you imagine that? If this will never happen, but if he actually left the WWE and showed up in Impact with Ohio OVE, that'd be crazy.
Exactly, man. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. I'm like, yo, man, here's the newest. As soon as I saw him that first night, when you guys like, oh man, he's jacked. I'm like, yo, wait, he's from Ohio. He shaved his head. Sammy Callahan must have talked to him and said, yo, bro, you got to represent for us.
Yeah, I can see what you mean by then, but.
I love all the people in the group right now saying Dolph is wannabe HBK because that couldn't be more true and it couldn't be more annoying and I couldn't be more happy that he is no longer the Intercontinental Champion.
Hey, props to Dolph though. Those Rick Rude tights, I loved it.
Yeah.
And props to Dolph Ziggler for taking the reverse suplex off the top of the ropes. Imagine that. I'm sure that's
lots of athleticism in that first match.
Move of the night.
I'm sorry, what was that, Brandon?
I was saying that was probably the best moves, like move of the night, like that whole sequence, because that was just something like kind of new.
I don't know, that Jeff Hardy bump. Oh my God!
You mean the Superman punches and the superplexes by Brock Lesnar weren't the moves of the night? Are y'all kidding me? Come on now, everybody else.
I actually think Braun's choke slam of KO on that medal was one of the best.
That was brutal.
That Jeff bump was the most brutal tonight. I'm sorry, after the whole week. Jeez.
But next after that match, let's just move in order of how I have it here. We'll go with that match, but Braun Strowman taking on Kevin Owens. What was a match? It wasn't very long. Braun Strowman defeated Kevin Owens, kind of saying bye-bye to all you guys who are predicting Kevin Owens to cash in tonight and become the new champion. That didn't really fall through. But I'm sorry?
I said Brandon.
Yeah, and the match was
there
only
are
a
two
minute.
Brandons. You have to be more specific.
Okay. Catino was saying Kevin Owens is going to win.
So we had Braun Strowman kind of destroy Kevin Owens, basically. Chokeslam on the ring ramp was brutal. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Kevin Owens. It's kind of a travesty, but it is what it is. Braun Strowman looks strong, moves on to the main event, which was later on tonight, and we saw what happened there. But your quick thoughts on this match, Brendan, after?
Yeah, I mean, not really much here. I thought this whole Owens Strowman feud was a little weak to begin with. Like, it was entertaining, but at no point did we ever think that Kevin Owens was really going to be able to beat Braun Strowman. So I think this was really a culmination of what we've been seeing the entire time. Owens didn't really have any tricks up his sleeve like he normally did, and didn't have anybody in his corner to help him. So Braun was being Braun, but I was kind of expecting a match, and we didn't really get a match. It was
right. You would have thought maybe Owens would have gotten a little bit of advantage on Braun Strowman, just a little bit. He didn't even get any sort of action on Braun.
My sources do tell me that there's a chance that Kevin Owens could be taking a break for family time.
He needs it,
which could be the reason that that went so quickly.
Oh, okay, fair point. All right, did not know that. Okay, so your quick thoughts, Mr. Catino, on the Strowman and Kevin Owens match.
Man, you know what, man? I was really hoping that Kevin Owens was gonna get that W, man. Because the reason why, man, I really thought, like, with the way how things were going, they really weren't doing anything with Kevin Owens. And I thought, man, maybe the old Kevin Owens would show up, fight Owens, fight would come back in, and he would just shock the world. Like saying, that's what I was thinking, that he was gonna get that money in the bank, and just take care of business. But he only got that one boot in Strowman's face, and that was it. Like, there's really nothing else to say about this match. It was actually said, man, it was just a squash match. It was Squash City.
Yeah, you would have thought you would have got a little bit of something out of that, out of anything. I mean, goodness gracious, it's just something. And
it's just it was just like, man, like, he's a former Universal Champion, former US champion, former NXT champion. It's like he got nothing. It's like, dude, you made him like a nobody. You made him just irrelevant.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Good points. And thank you, everybody who's joining us on YouTube. 5 people watching right now. Peck and Rod's up in there. Truth and Loyalty and Mavs Fan are some of the people commenting on YouTube. Thank you guys for hopping on YouTube as well. All right, Dave, your thoughts? Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman.
Man, they've had better matches against each other on Raw. I mean, I looked up and the match is over. I was like, wow, this was pretty bad. I mean, I felt bad for Owens because if he was taking time off good, he deserves it after getting thrown off a cage. And then tonight, jeez.
That spot was pretty brutal, man. That chokeslam on the ring entrance was pretty brutal. And what else is brutal is the way they're booking Kevin Owens. So hopefully what your sources, Brendan, after are right about him.
They need to bring Chris Jericho back, man.
Chris Jericho's busy getting booked the correct way and being taken serious in other.
And it's funny. With the ending we got to that match, everyone on Twitter was like, oh, does this mean that Braun's going to cash in tonight and going to save himself and all that? That's what everyone was speculating about online. So it was like...
That's basically what it was. Were they that nervous that Braun couldn't do what he did tonight if he had like a 10-minute match with Kevin Owens? Seriously. Could he have not done what he did tonight in that main event if he had an actual legit match? Come on now. Anyways, let's move on to
the B team.
Yeah, we're going to get to the B team. Well, we'll move on to that in a minute. But let's go to a high point of the night, which was the triple threat match between Carmella, Becky Lynch, and everybody's favorite Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. I thought this match was really good, and I can't remember the placement of the match on the card, but at that time, I even had it one of the match of the night candidates. It was a really good match, and I thought it definitely was Carmella's best match since she's been in a WWE ring, period. And I thought the match itself was pretty damn good. I thought it was better than what a lot of people were expecting. Especially us, kind of crapped on this match, being Carmella's the champ, and not a lot of people have faith in her. And then also they wanted nothing to do with Charlotte Flair being in this match. But I think it was the right move adding her into the mix because it became a better match, I believe. But the outcome was what got the fans going, was where Charlotte Flair wins. She's the seven-time women's champion. And on top of that, we get the Becky Lynch heel turn. They have a little hug in the middle of the ring, and that's when we just see Becky Lynch snap. And she just goes crazy on Charlotte. beats the crap out of her, throws her into the table, and after that, we see Charlotte crying. I don't know if she's just playing kayfabe of being upset, or if she's just actually upset because the crowd absolutely loved it and cheered Becky Lynch and booed Charlotte. We'll go with you first. After your thoughts of this triple threat SmackDown Live Women's Championship match.
Yeah, I think this was definitely one of my top 3 matches of the night.
Okay. Okay.
And for somebody like me, again, I say it every time I'm on here, I'm not a huge fan of the women's division, but some of the moves that I saw in this match, especially the Charlotte Flair kind of backflip off of the top, not even the top rope, but it was off like the top banister, really. And that was something else. But I think this match was just very well paced. I know a lot of people wanted Becky to win, but this is the WWE, guys. We don't really ever get what we want a lot of the times, you know? So, you know, at the same time, you know, I'm very torn. I would have liked to see Becky Lynch win, but I'm okay with Charlotte winning because at some point you do need like a stability when it comes to champions as well. Because you see on the other end of things, Ronda Rousey winning after 4 or 5 matches, and now we have a 7-time WWE Women's Champion, and we're kind of sick of it. So it's kind of like both evils, but I think this sets us up for another good like best friends turned enemies feud. But I thought the match in itself was really good, and it was Carmella's best match that I've ever watched. So all in all, it was very good.
Yeah,
absolutely agree with you on that.
For something new, because we've never seen best friends versus each other, so that'd be nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, we got to. I think after the whole match, yes, Becky Lynch was probably the MVP, if you want to say, because you know she got the huge pop. But got to give props to Carmella. She did it. She went out there. She wasn't outperformed by any of them. I thought she held her own. She did. I mean, the dive outside the ring is something that I don't think I've ever seen her do. She actually did some stuff, and she actually looked like she belonged in the ring with Becky and Charlotte. Where when we first saw this match, we laughed at this being the triple threat women's title match. So, Brandon, your quick thoughts of the SmackDown Live women's title match.
All right, I believe this match actually was the 4th match of the night, because I know you were thinking about when this match happened, but I believe it was the 4th match. I believe this match happened after Owens and Braun Strowman.
Okay.
Just to help you out with that. But nah, man. I dug the match. I agree with you guys. I think it was Carmella's best match. She did look like she belonged, and it's just crazy to me why. Because I want to say, I think it had to be like a year ago. I was not a Charlotte fan. Like, I did not like her. I could not stand her. I wanted her to lose. And out of nowhere, man, I'm like such a big fan of hers now. Like, I was happy that she won. I wanted her to win. And wow, it's just crazy how it just was like a year ago. I wasn't feeling Charlotte, and now I am. But that has changed because also I was a big fan of Sasha, and now I don't like Sasha Banks either. Like I just put up with those two. But yeah, but like Charlotte, man, like I told you, and at the end I put it out on Twitter. I was like, man, can we get her in a movie? Those tears, man. She was just crying on cue, bro. I was like, yo, this chick is selling. Like, she's really distraught. I was like, yo, can we get her in a movie? Get this girl an Oscar.
Family. Bro. That probably runs in the family, Brandon, because Ric Flair can cry on cue too.
Yeah. So I was just blown away, man. You know, they had some good spots. You know, it was good. You know, good chemistry, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, all right. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, first thing before I get to the match, I don't know if this is true or not, but that's exactly what I thought when Carmella came out. I was like, wow, she looks like Natty coming off there. So I wonder if this is some kind of tribute to Natalya by her ring gear, because it looked a lot like her when she came.
Definitely, because not only did Carmella have purple and black, but also did pink and black. Charlotte was wearing pink as well, and I don't think she's ever worn that type of an attire either.
But so to me, Carmella's... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that was their both little way of showing a little bit of a tribute, but Carmella's definitely
stood out.
Super tribute to the Anvil tonight.
Yeah, that really stood out. Yeah, like you guys all said, I thought the match was good, and I don't ever remember, at least it's been a while since I've seen Carmella do that freaking stage dive. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, I'm not happy that Charlotte won, just because I get the stability of the champion, I get that, but I really want to see Becky win. But seeing Becky turn heel at the end was great. And people went nuts for it. Vince is probably going crazy because it's like everyone's cheering because they wanted it. And they're booing the hell out of it hug. So, I mean, man, this was good, and I liked it. I can't wait to see what happens on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely curious to hear what Becky Lynch will say come Tuesday. And I'm sure everybody's looking forward to hearing what her reasons are of what made her go crazy or just snap. So, yeah, I think it was like Brandon After said that, it wasn't probably the outcome a lot of people wanted, but the end result of Becky Lynch finally snapping and most likely turning heel was, I think, the payoff that everybody wanted. So I think all this match was great.
Don't make this a Sasha Bailey thing, please, where it turns in, oh, they're friends again.
Exactly, yeah. So, all right, let's move on to another match where I know Dave was excited because
Tony, do you see the Red Sox fan calling you a sellout on here?
Yeah, he's calling me a sellout.
You know what happens when you call the host of the Get the Tables podcast a sellout? Do you know what happens, Red Sox fan?
Uh-oh.
You just made the list!
Oh, no.
Speaking of sellouts, Tony, did you know we have a Patreon account?
Yeah, speaking of Patreon, we have Patreon. If you want to go to our Patreon and donate to the sellout here, you can just drop one simple dollar, people. I mean, if you want to drop 50 cents, if you can, go ahead. And you have a shot to win this, guys. The Young Bucks pop figurines. Or you can go to your local GameStop and drop 20, or you can have a chance to win for a measly ass dollar. So just, me being a sellout here. So patreon.com/Get the Tables podcast. The logo is the one that we have on our Twitter account. So good luck if you do. And thank you again to Juanito, our only current donator, but he dropped a huge donation to us, and we highly, highly appreciate it. So let's move on. I digress. I apologize for that. Simple plug. We have the B team taking on the Revival, and this also was a pre-show match, everybody. This did not make the main card. Your thoughts, Brandon, after? I'm not sure if you did see this match or not, but the Raw Tag Team title match.
Yeah, hard pass on this one. I did not watch this one.
Hard pass. Go hard passing it to Catino. Did you see this match? It was on the pre-show, so if you did not see it, I don't blame you.
I did not see it. I did not watch the pre-show whatsoever. I came in when there was like 20 minutes left. So I did not see the match, but I am happy that the B team won because remember, it was me who said when they joined when they were a part of the Miztourage that they would win the tag titles and they were going to run. I was happy. It didn't happen then, but I was happy that they won the titles now. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with the B team being tag team champs.
Wait, people actually watched the pre-show. I actually watched the Summer.
The Miztourage reunion was pretty fantastic.
Press one in the chat room if you watched the whole pre-show, the 2-hour pre-show.
I did.
Press one in the chat. I did. I'll admit. I was watching it from it came on my phone. I will not lie to you guys. I watched it. All right. So not everybody, but most probably people saw it on their phone or however you watched the network.
You know what, Tony? I'm going to join the team because I actually I like this song now too.
Oh no. You like the B team song?
Yeah, B team, go, go, go.
Oh God. Anyways, your thoughts on the match. And again, B team win, the Revival lose. I don't think the Revival I could probably say the Revival will never win the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, you know what's funny about the whole pre-show? What's that?
Oh no! Oh my God, that theme song. What was the best thing about the pre-show?
It wasn't the best thing. It was kind of the worst. Every match on the pre-show ended in a roll-up.
A fruit roll-up, that is. I mean,
probably better than a disqualification, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That Lana match finish was terrible. That whole match is bad.
Yeah, I see you, Bob Ruski. Creative is afraid of Revival getting hurt again. I understand that, but gosh darn, man. Gosh darn. To me, this match winning in the roll-up, this makes me think that the feud is going to continue. That's all. Because they didn't legitimately lose. They're going to probably say that they lost by some funky finish. But let's move on. Because let's go to a good tag match. Well, it was a good tag match until we saw the ending of the tag match. And that was New Day taking on the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Live World Tag Team titles. This match was going good. I mean, the flow was nice. We were seeing some pretty huge bumps. Big E was throwing them around outside the ring. And then we get a disqualification. A fucking disqualification.
Really?
I'll say that one more time. A disqualification. After your thoughts.
I'm gonna put this analogy out there, and some of you might not like it. Some of you might be offended. But it's like you're making love to a girl, and then things are going really well, and then at the last second, right before things are about to get interesting, you think of your mom. It was a very, very good match. I actually started paying attention to it because it was one where I was not very interested in, but the ending was terrible. It was like if you're gonna do a disqualification, at least make it somewhat interesting or somewhat conflicting. I mean, come on, like that was bad. They made a really good match that was actually probably the dark horse good match of the night. Like really bad.
Oh, that was a good analogy. I like that. That was good. Catino, your thoughts?
Hey man, you already know I'm a New Day guy. I was a fan of the match. I enjoyed it. The ending, I'm actually cool with it. The reason why is because I think about all the times I listen to you guys talk, especially you, Tony, and how you talk about how the Bludgeon Brothers are built to be these unstoppable forces. Mm-hmm. So the DQ allows them to save face instead of them being pinned 1, 2, 3. They're the ones who get themselves disqualified because they use their patented weapons and they basically take out the New Day and they just allow the feud just to keep on going. And again, to me, this is what we talked about last night with NXT. They're building the storyline. They're letting the feuds grow. They're trying to let the storyline keep on going. So it's not like we just have one match and we just move on. For instance, like a Rusev who had like one title match and now he's on the pre-show.
Right, I understand. Because we did mention last night that if the New Day were to lose, who are next for the Bludgeon Brothers? Because there's absolutely really, there's really nobody for them to face other than, I guess, the New Day right now. Red Sox fan. Speeds, you're new to the show, kind of. Red Sox fan, me and him have a love-hate relationship. Right now, he absolutely hates my guts because he's just jealous right now because I'm wearing a Jay White T-shirt. But and he hates that. I know he does deep down inside.
Thank you, Architect.
The Bar, that's true. That is a good point. But they did lose to the New Day. So, and like Catino said, I think we're going to continue to see the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers going at it just for a little bit longer. But Bizarro, what about you?
Yeah, I thought like I was telling Brandon on Twitter. Oh, sorry to be clarify. That I was really enjoying. I thought they were killing it, and then I think as I was saying that, he's starting to get into it too, and then we get the blue ball finish, no climax, no great ending.
The blue ball finish. I think we're going to have to use that.
There's no better way to
use that.
That's the perfect. Yep.
That's a good. I like that. I'm going to use that. The blue ball finish. That's a good one because we had a couple of those tonight. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so let's move on to kind of a surprise of the night, which was the Constable Baron Corbin going against the return of the Demon, everybody, Finn Balor. We haven't seen the Demon since, I guess, did we see him against AJ Styles? Did we get the Demon, Finn Balor?
Yes.
Okay, because they didn't mention that. So we seen him before the last SummerSlam. So they didn't mention him being the Demon. I guess they did forget. I guess they forgot about that. So it was different. I'm not really understanding why. I guess he feels like that's are they really seriously saying that the only way Balor can beat Baron Corbin is if he's the demon? Like, seriously, come on
Did
now.
he beat him already though?
I can't remember. I thought he did, but this to me just seemed kind of silly. This kind of means let's have the demon just show up for no reason.
Yeah, I get it, but it also made people actually care about this match. Then all of a sudden, Balor's the demon out of nowhere. People started to, oh, hey, this is interesting now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's an interesting point. Press 1 in the chat if this was going to be your bathroom break match, but you ended up staying and watching it because the demon Finn Balor showed up. Pretty much everybody probably did the same in that chat room. Stayed and watched the match because the demon showed up. So, after, your thoughts?
I do want to start by saying I personally wasn't very familiar with the demon, so
Okay.
I can't speak to the nostalgia of the people who like the demon. So it was a little weird for me, but Tony, I'm gonna have to agree with you with the fact that did he need that alter ego to beat the Constable? I mean, this feud is kind of a microcosm of what these two guys are stuck in right now, and that's just a rut. They're not sure what to do with either of them. You got Ziggler and you got Rollins fighting for the IC title. Balor's a guy that should be in that discussion too. So it almost seemed disrespectful for Finn to even have a match like this on the card because it didn't even really do much other than bring some nostalgia out of a character that people enjoyed. The entrance and the exit of his music was longer than his actual match. So
This match went 1:35. And also, what I was going to say with Finn Balor, to me, Finn Balor should be bringing out the demon when he's facing guys that he has absolutely zero chance in. I guess Corbin, it should be that way since he's so tall and bigger than Balor, but we all believe that Balor can defeat Corbin. Balor versus Strowman, nobody thinks Balor's going to win. Yeah, throw out the demon. That's the way of Balor being the only way he can beat these guys that are unstoppable forces. And to me, I'm not going to comment anymore on Finn Balor because ever since I said something positive about Balor, they've crapped on him. So hopefully this demon showing up is something positive for him and we'll get some good stuff from him. That's all I'm saying about Finn Balor. Catino, your thoughts?
Chalk it up another squash match for the Raw brand tonight. They had like 3 of them, while like SmackDown had the DQ matches tonight. Hey man, I mean going on to what you're talking about with the demon, man. To me, the demon comes out when he has, I guess, a rivalry with somebody, because he brought it out when he went up against Kevin Owens. Which at Finn Balor, he beat Kevin Owens, but like he won one, then Kevin Owens won one, then they had the big one at the takeover. Then he was like, all right, let me bring out the demon, and he did the same thing with Samoa Joe. It's like to me, when he goes back and forth with somebody, and then to end it, that's when the demon comes out to say, all right, I'm done with you. So to me, I just see this as he's done with Baron Corbin. He's gonna move on to somebody else now. I would say IC title, but I don't know. It's another face versus face type of deal.
Or on top of that, didn't we just get out of a Rollins and Balor?
Yeah,
exactly.
For a little while.
So who's it going to be? What, Balor and Elias, or I don't know where he's going to go now. But I just think it's him being done with Baron Corbin. That's why the demon came out, because like I said, when the demon comes out, that usually means the feud is over, it's ended, because the demon is undefeated, and then he just moves on to his next victim.
Okay, hey, that's a good point. I absolutely agree with you on that. That's a good way of seeing it. I didn't really think of it that way. That's a good one. And I agree with you, Spees. Balor and Ziggler would have worked because it's something we haven't seen, something fresh. Rollins and Balor is something as much as I love Balor and want to see him do something positive, I do not want to see a Balor and Rollins feud again. I'm tired of it. Your thoughts, Bezar?
I disagree. I don't think Corbin is done with Balor at all after that, because he was already complaining, I think, backstage about it. And one thing I'll say about Corbin, when he was standing next to Drake Maverick, my bad. Not Rockstar Spud, whatever. Drake Maverick, I was like, holy shit, Corbin is tall. I mean, I didn't realize how tall. When you see him next to someone that small, it's like wow. But yeah, I mean, another squash, and I just don't think Corbin's done. I think he's gonna claim like I didn't sign up to fight this guy. This was me and regular.
Tomorrow night on Raw, everybody, get ready for it.
I would not be surprised. And sorry, no one. We do not need another Rollins Balor feud, please. I don't care if it's king or not.
Since we know Apter and Catino missed the pre-show, we'll touch on the 2 pre-show matches, and we'll move on with the rest of the card real quick. Dave, your quick thoughts.
Are you just going to skip right over Elias's bit?
Oh, we're going to touch on that stupid-ass Elias bit. Trust me.
That was so dumb.
The Cruiserweight title match, and we had the mixed match title match. The mixed tag team match, with Vega and Almas taking on Rusev and Lana. Your quick thoughts on both matches. Alexander did retain the title, and I'm not sure what's next for Cedric Alexander, but your thoughts, Dave.
I mean, man, going with the mixed match first, I mean, man, this was so bad. I mean, the finish was a roll-up, and Vega went to put her feet on the ropes, but she realized she thought she was too far away, but then at the last second, she stretched her feet out to the ropes, and the roll-up looked like it went in slow motion, so it was, like, really bad. I mean, man, I hope this is getting over soon, but yeah. And the Cruiserweight title match was pretty good. I mean, heck, he defends that title more than Adam Cole defended the North American title, so there you go. I mean... But it was a good match. I wish Gulak would have won because I like Gulak a lot better. But we're continuing the age of Alexander, I guess.
Hell yeah, you Hell in a Cell next month, and I will be there. Very excited for it. All right, so let's move on to the main card matches next. We'll go with. Let's see, we have a couple of more left. We'll go with The Miz taking on Daniel Bryan. This match went over 20 minutes, 23 minutes to be exact, where we saw The Miz defeat Daniel Bryan with a little bit of help from Maurice with the brass knucks. Your thoughts of The Miz and Daniel Bryan and Mr. Apter, who I know a lot of people may disagree with.
Probably. But hey, if you don't have disagreeing, you don't have good conversation and good trash talk, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean... Again, I've only really followed this age of wrestling for a couple years now. Okay. So I don't date back all the way to the beginning years of The Miz and Daniel Bryan, but I understand the importance of the build-up and everything. And I know on last week's show we talked about how SmackDown was kind of underwhelming because it was primarily video segments. But I don't know, this match just felt a little stale. I'm getting a little I'm getting a little underwhelmed every time Daniel Bryan's in the ring. I'm very happy he's back, but I just feel like his character's just kind of overdone. I love to see him in a heel role at some point, just to see what it would be like. But I mean, it was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was kind of mediocre. And the finish was just kind of Well, if you're going to have a 25-minute match and a finish like that, I just don't understand it sometimes. I'd prefer the clean finish with the finisher.
Okay. Wow. So have you seen – so should I assume that you haven't really seen Daniel Bryan wrestle since he was since he had to retire?
No, I watched him every now and then. So, I mean, I've seen it before. Yeah.
So you've seen him go the full steam – the jump,
Definitely.
the diving, yeah. So you're not a fan of his wrestling style now. Is that
no, it's not even his wrestling style. I'm fine with his wrestling style. I'm just saying that his good boy babyface character is just kind of. We've seen it for so long, and at some point, I hope it changes because I think it would make things interesting. But I don't hate his character. I just feel like the Miz Daniel Bryan thing. Now we'll probably get at least another month or two before we see them probably go head-to-head at Hell in the Cell. But, yeah, I mean, underwhelmed.
Okay, all right. Catino?
I'm actually going to have to agree with Mr. Apter. Reason saying is because I was with I was watching a show with 2 other people today. My one buddy who's also a big wrestling fan, always comes over. He actually straight up said to me, he was like, man, I wish this match was already over. I'm tired of it. And then, of course, you already know Mrs. Mechanic. She's not that big into wrestling, but she still watches it with you, especially in the card. And she was just on her phone the entire time, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, SummerSlam isn't that good this year." And this was all during this match. So
Wow.
I too was kind of like, I'm kind of waiting for this match to be over as well. I mean, I'm happy that The Miz won. I was rooting for The Miz. I am a Miz fan. I've been a fan of his ever since he got into the WWE. So I was happy that he won. That's really all I kind of have to say about this match.
All right, people in the chat room as well. Press 1 if you loved the match, 2 if you liked it, or 3 if you hated it, if you can remember those numbers.
And 4 if you were slightly underwhelmed, because people
4 slightly underwhelmed. Yeah, that's a good one. 4 slightly underwhelmed. So I'm curious to hear what you guys thought in the chat room. Yeah, a lot of people thought. Seems like a lot of people thought the match was going to be better than what we got. I can understand that. What about you, Dave? I feel like you're going to be the one that loved the match.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this is the style people are used to, though. Not this style particularly, but the reason people hated this match so much because they're so used to 110-mile-an-hour matches and everything going so fast-paced. When 2 guys get in the ring and slow it down and not go full throttle the whole match, I mean, that's when people start to get like Seth Rollins, Ziggler, they went full throttle almost the whole match. And that's what today's wrestling fans used to. To me, this match reminded me of kind of an old-school match with kind of an old-school finish with the bringing out the brass knucks. I mean, I kind of liked it. And I like the back and forth between the Miz. I don't mind the slow match. That's the kind of style I first got into in wrestling, was like the Bret Hart's going slow-paced style. But yeah, I enjoyed it. This is one of my favorite matches of the night.
Okay, I kind of agree with. I enjoyed it, but I can see why people thought it was kind of a little bit underwhelming. Also, Speeds makes a good point in the chat room that this not only were the feud between the past mentioned, but it was heavily promoting his damn show, which kind of like, it was like, really, I wish it was more about him than him throwing the little side notes about his damn TV show, and then we got another season and all this crap. But it just kind of got old after a while. But I disagree with After. I love the finish. I like the finish. I thought it was something we don't see very often. I can see his point on being a match this long. You don't want to see a funky finish like that, but I liked it. And another reason why is this kind of means that Daniel Bryan is most likely has resigned, and we're going to see this feud continue on even longer with the funky finish that we got tonight. Hey, welcome, Bot. How you doing tonight?
I'd rather have this than like a DQ finish, though. I don't mind when a heel cheats and to get a win. I don't mind that. I mind when they do it like the run-ins and all that. Like, I like this Miz better than I do when he has 4 or 5 or the Miz Taraj or whoever with him helping him win every match. See, I like Miz even though he cheated, but heck, I don't mind heels cheating. Heck, Ric Flair used to cheat like this all the time.
Yeah, very true. After you mentioned Elias earlier, your thoughts on that silly ass, stupid, pointless ass segment we got with Elias tonight?
I thought that we were going to get like a spontaneous Bobby Lashley Elias match.
Yes.
And I actually kind of would have enjoyed that because we haven't actually seen them wrestle much. We've just seen them kind of like beat each other up a little bit. But I don't know. Like, I wonder. I partially wonder if that like happened by accident or if it happened because it was supposed to happen. Because the fact that he didn't even like play a song like just seems kind of off. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I think it was a little bit odd that it just broke all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was obvious. So that was meant to happen because now that he has songs out, people want to hear him sing. So now they're going to make it where he never sings, you know, where they make it like you want it, but you're never going to get it unless you get his album or something. So to me, that's what they're doing with that.
Cafe Bocelli from Australia is here. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you drop in here. Thanks for jumping in. And we got the Bot in here, Brandon After's favorite friend as well. Katino, any thoughts on the Elias segment?
Elias is gold. I walk with him. And WWE stands for Walk with Elias.
So I'm guessing even though it was a pointless segment, you still loved it.
Yes, sir. Because I agree with Dave. Like it's one of the things where basically his whole thing is he always has a song, he wants to sing it, he'll usually get to sing it, and then somebody will come and interrupt it. This time nobody was coming out. Instead, guitar breaks. He'll blame New York for it, which is what I love. I love that he was just shitting on New York. It brought a smile to my face. I was like, yes, just bomb that place. So I loved it because he was just talking mad smack about New York. I loved it.
Now, do you think so? We're gonna fight. So, do you think the new gimmick with Elias, unless we find out that Lashley broke the guitar, is that every time Elias is about to sing, something goes wrong with maybe the audio, maybe someone interrupts him, guitar breaking, strings break. So, you think something's always gonna happen when he finally gets
lighting isn't right. The stool breaks. Exactly like you say, audio. Whatever it is. Fans keep cheering. I don't know, something will come up. His voice. He'll suddenly lose his voice. Something will come up.
And Speeds makes a good point. We're saying that Elias always gets a pop when he comes out and still manages to turn the crowd against him. Absolutely. 100% on that. That is absolutely accurate. Let's go to the United States Championship match where we saw Shinsuke Nakamura take on Jeff Hardy. Oh, man, and Jeff Hardy, for all the rumors of being injured and having some type of injuries, man, he took probably the most brutal bump of the night, other than maybe the Kevin Owens spot, which was the swanton bomb off the rope on the side of the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring. It looked pretty brutal. Nakamura ends up taking the win and retains the title. We saw the Viper come out for no reason at all and then just leaves. After your thoughts of the United States Championship match?
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts to this. I haven't been a huge Shinsuke fan since I was underwhelmed by the WrestleMania match between him and AJ Styles. This is really the first time I watched his match fully since WrestleMania, and again, it was like the Daniel Bryan Miz match. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of meh. And then the Randy Orton thing at the end was just kind of like pointless and awkward. It looked like a creepy stalker boyfriend just coming back to like say hello.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was funny. I mean, what was that? That was just like, let's just have Randy Orton pop in and pop out real quick. What about you, Katino? Your thoughts?
No pun intended, Tony.
Yeah, no pun intended. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I didn't even mean to go there with that. Your thoughts, Katino?
I'm kind of with B after, man. I mean, it was an alright match. It had some good spots. I don't get the whole thing with Randy Orton because I'm like, is he trying to come out and say he wants the U.S. title? Is he just stalking Jeff Hardy? I don't get his role. So it was a good match. I'm probably, Dave is probably right. That probably was the bump of the night with Jeff Hardy. So props to him for that. But other than that, man, that was really it, man. I really didn't really take anything else from it.
Wow, you're just ready for Nakamura to move on to better things. Okay. About you, Bizarre One, your thoughts?
Man, Jeff freaking Hardy. He continues to do these crazy bumps like this. Geez. I didn't think we were going to see anything crazy. Like, we haven't really seen him do much lately on TV that was really that out there. But him to do that and then miss it, I was like, man, and he came so close to hitting his neck on that, too. That's what was really scary about it. Yeah, was the match great? No, but, I think what stood out in this match was that one spot right there, right on the side of the apron. I was like, man, that was just scary to see. And then, I don't know how, it's all about Matt retiring. Jeff might retire after he does more shit like that. Jeez. And then Randy Orton. Who's going to get these dick hands? Seriously.
Yeah. And now, if you're a wrestling fan, do you stick your hand out for Randy Orton when he comes down to the ring?
Hide your hands.
I'm curious. Just keep an eye on that.
I don't know if you want to use the terminology. Would you stick out when you're talking about this situation, Tony?
Yeah, that's very true. I'm just curious. Keep an eye on that on fans trying to get a high five from Randy Orton at the end of the night. I'm just curious to see how many people tried to do that. So far, it seems like nobody really cared too much about the United States Championship, only the bump that Jeff Hardy took. All right,
Yeah,
so we got 3 matches left. We have the WWE Championship match itself. We have Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss, and then Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. So let's go with the SmackDown Live Championship, which was AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Match went over 20 minutes as well, 22 minutes to be exact. And I thought this match was really good. We did get a disqualification at the end. It kind of made sense. I understand why they're doing it. Of course, we want to see a winner, but obviously WWE is not done with this feud in particular. Most likely going to get them in a Hell in a Cell match next month. And it's getting real personal between Styles and Samoa Joe. But Joe wins by disqualification, but Styles keeps his title. Your thoughts after this match?
Yeah, I mean, I really like this match. I think it had a really good pace to it. Both guys had momentum at different points. I think this, as Spees said in the chat just now, the storytelling was phenomenal. The video leading into it and just the emotional triggers of the entire match was just phenomenal. And how they involved his family was cool too, because his wife and even like his kid looked distraught in the entire thing. So it kind of brought everything together with that. I don't love the DQ, but I'm glad that we're going to end up getting another match or hopefully another couple of matches at pay-per-views involving these two. But when Samoa Joe came on the microphone and said that he was going to be AJ Styles' daughter's daddy, the face on AJ Styles, my God, like he just snapped and started tearing Samoa Joe to shreds. And at that point, I don't think he cared whether he was going to get disqualified or not. Well deserving. But yeah, I was very entertained by this one, and I'm okay with the outcome after letting it marinate a little bit in my head. And I'm excited for this feud to continue to build in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that's a good. I like Hot Talk. It's great. Great name in the chat room says AJ's daughter acted like she didn't know him. Yeah, that was a good. It was like a different person. AJ Styles turned to. We're not trying to compare this to Eddie Edwards. I don't want to see Eddie Edwards comparisons, please. This is nowhere near that.
Was that actually his daughter, though? Like, can we confirm that? Okay, just making sure.
I'm pretty sure that was his daughter and wife. I would hope so. Let's see. What else in the chat room I saw before? Spees. Yes. Spees Benchmark. They go live every Monday nights after Raw. He did do a shameless plug. I don't care. Go join him. A lot of people that are in this chat room right now go over there and watch him. I know that for sure. I see some of you guys over there. So just a little shameless plug for him as well. Catino, your thoughts? I know you're a big AJ Styles guy.
The disrespect that Vince McMahon keeps showing the phenomenal AJ Styles. The placement that he put this match at. You had the U.S. title after this match. You had that abomination of a Raw Women's Championship after this match. This man goes out and gives it 100% every time. He freaking almost either is the show, steals the show, or he lets people know that this is the house that AJ Styles built. This man is phenomenal. It was an awesome match. Him and Samoa Joe have amazing chemistry. Joe is straight fire on the mic. AJ Styles has the best dropkick in the biz. Somebody fight me on that. You can catch these hands. All right. And that is it. I was cool with the finish. Like I said, it just allows this storyline to keep on growing. We love this storyline in TNA. We're going to love it here in the WWE with a different twist. All we need is just Christopher Daniels to show up, and it would be freaking phenomenal even more.
Yeah. Now,
Speaking of TNA.
Hold on. Yeah, TNA got some chance tonight. One thing I say, I can understand your gripe about the placement in AJ Styles I wouldn't say he's getting
he's the
disrespected.
longest. They just said he's the longest reigning SmackDown champion. JBL just gave him props for being SmackDown's longest champion. We all know as wrestling fans, the real championship is the WWE Championship. It's not the Universal Championship. Vince just wants us all to believe that Raw is the A show. But we all know that SmackDown is the A show. Hence why they're going to Fox. Hence why they got mad money from Fox. Because AJ Styles is making sure that they're getting that money. I just watched Sports Money the other day. I watched the show Sports Money, and they were talking about how Vince McMahon is going to Fox and how the UFC is going to ESPN. Basically, how Vince McMahon is laughing because he basically came out as the top guy, and he's not really like a sports show, a sports entertainment, but he's getting more money from Fox than the UFC got from Fox, and that's because of AJ Styles. That's all I'm gonna say. Mic drop. Fight me.
Yeah, and the only thing I kind of disagree with you is the placement on the card is because if they were put on the card where Shinsuke got, they wouldn't have gotten the amount of time that they got. I think the placement of the card was so they could have as much time that was needed for the match. The match went 22 minutes and 45 seconds. If they would have went after The Miz and Balor, I don't think we would have gotten that type of a match. They got the second longest match of the night, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, it was the second longest match of the night behind Daniel Bryan and The Miz. So other than, I get your gripe about the placement. Yeah, he's been world champion yet, hasn't made it on a pay-per-view yet. I agree with you on that. But he has had a long-ass title reign. On top of that, he's on the WWE video game. On top of that, you're right. He steals the show, and he gets the utmost respect by Vince McMahon. So I hear your gripe about him not being the main event, and he's probably the most worthy of it. But again, if he wasn't on the card where he was, we wouldn't have gotten a 22-minute match between the two. So you got to think of it kind of that way as well. Brendan, after you okay, or you have to leave us?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Bizarre one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought this was a great match, and I really enjoyed everyone. I mean, Vince hated this, though. Vince hated those TNA chants. Everyone's chanting TNA, TNA. I was like, oh, wow. This is crazy. I never thought I'd hear a TNA chant during a WWE Championship match. I mean, that was just nuts. The match was good. I loved how they did it, made it personal, and then when AJ snapped, like everyone said, was great. I mean, it's just another match. When is Hell in the Cell, actually? Because I thought that was in October.
September 16th.
Oh, so they're not doing it in October no more?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be there, everybody. I will be there live reporting, everybody. I'll be there. I can't wait. Excited. Woo! Excited. Can't wait. But other than that, you thought the match was good? What about the disqualification?
You know what? It leads the way they did it. It made sense because Joe, when he grabbed the mic at the end and said, "I'm going to be your daddy now," and all that, that was just a perfect ending because I think we all thought the DQ finish match was probably going to be Nakamura's match, not any of the other ones. But yeah, I mean, but it is what it is. It sets up. But one thing that we can all say we all hate about this: SummerSlam's your second biggest pay-per-view of the year. You can say Rumble, but whatever. I mean, but man, you would like these these DQ finishes to happen at not your big pay-per-views. Have them happen at the smaller ones, not the big ones.
Oh, Speeds, you're coming or going to Elimination Chamber? Is that coming to your neck of the woods? Yeah, we're lucky Hell in a Cell's coming here, and looking forward to. Hopefully, we'll see Styles and Samoa Joe inside at Hell in a Cell. It's looking like it's going to be going that way. Thank you again for everybody joining us. We have 67 live viewers right now. It's been going up and down throughout the night, so thank you guys for jumping on this late Sunday night talking SummerSlam with this. Oh, you're going to Hell in a Cell, Speed? Sweet, man. Maybe we can meet up, say hello, do a little quick Periscope. We did that with Apter when I met up with him in WrestleMania. That was fun. What else? Oh, let's go to the last two matches, everybody. We got Ronda Rousey taking on Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title. And then we got Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Raw Universal Championship. Ronda Rousey with Natalya. So props to Natalya showing up tonight after the passing of her father. It looked like she was Still a little bit emotional. I'm sure being around that crowd was nice. So it was nice to see her there. And then we had Alexa Bliss, no one in her corner. We did have the Bellas at ringside, and with the speculation of Nikki Bella taking on Ronda Rousey at the Evolution pay-per-view. And then we also, like I said, we had Natalya at ringside as well. So let's go with after first, because I know Catino is not a fan of Ronda Rousey, so we can expect nothing positive to come out of his mouth. So we'll go with it. We'll go with after first. Your thoughts of the Raw Women's title and Rousey winning the title in 4 minutes.
In 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up in Brandon Catino's area with this as well, because at first I really liked Ronda Rousey in WWE, but this goes along with like creative and the storytelling and everything. If you want her to earn her way up, how is wrestling 4 times working your way up? It is not. And to me, this match really devalued the Raw Women's Championship in general, because we get it, it's Ronda Rousey, she's over with most fans, but it's just like, what now? We get the rematch clause, which it's clear that Alexa Bliss has no chance to really beat her at all, because Ronda Rousey is just an unreal athlete. So what's next for Ronda after this? Does she become one of those stars that doesn't defend her title regularly on Raw and becomes not Brock Lesnar, but like just wrestling during the pay-per-views? So I think it's, she's an athlete. She should have enough training and experience by now to be able to have more than 5-minute matches. And I thought it was awful. I thought it was terrible. I think it disgraced the Raw Women's Championship. And I no longer am a Ronda Rousey fan in the WWE.
Wow. And I remember when we met up at WrestleMania, and after the show, you were very impressed with her, and you were very high on Ronda Rousey.
Well, she's only wrestled twice since then.
Right, I agree with you. And the last couple of matches that she's had, the Nia Jax one wasn't bad.
Her makeup was garbage too.
Yeah,
by the
what
way.
the fuck was that? Like, what was she trying to resemble there? All I could think of was like thinking of if I saw her on the streets and how fucking scary she would look if she came out at me looking like that. That's all I could think of. Black Swan, is that what it's from? I mean, goodness gracious, she looked scary as hell. All right, after did not like the match. Okay, Dave. I'm sorry. Let's go with Catino. Your thoughts?
Trash, 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 trash. Hot garbage, trash. I don't know how anybody could like that match. Ronda Rousey's trash. The Raw Women's Championship is trash now, as B. After said. Alexa Bliss was awesome. She was killing it. She was doing a good job, and they made her a nobody. It was just like, come on. She hit Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey act like she hit like a little girl. And anybody that knows anything, Ronda Rousey can't take a punch for her life. You hit her, she's already knocked out. So just straight trash. The realism, as everybody wants to see, the realism, Ronda Rousey can't take a punch. So anybody punches her, she's going to get hurt. She can't sell me that, somebody hits her, she's going to walk through it. No. Homegirl cannot take a punch. You want to bring the realness? Ronda Rousey? No. Shayna Baszler? Yes. Because Shayna Baszler can take a punch in real life. Ronda Rousey cannot take a punch in real life. No mic skills. Shit sucks. That's all. I'm done. WWE, Monday Night Raw, I'm done with you. I've been done with you. Tonight made it even more clear. The only reason I know about Raw is because I listen to you guys live tweet it. I DVR Raw, I get home, I watch the last segment, and then I delete it. I don't watch it unless I know Seth Rollins is the main event. I just want you guys to know that I'm done with Raw. Raw is garbage. SmackDown is where it's at. And that is it.
Woo! Fan yourself after that. Holy crap. Woo! Woo! Bring in the heat, the fire. Okay. All right. Fair point. Dave?
How do I follow that? I mean, you talk about the title being disgraced now. Well, Alexa Bliss was already your champion, so it was already disgraced. But, I mean, Yeah, this looked really bad. I mean, you can't. No one. How can anyone? I don't know what the chat voting was on this, and I think some people even said they loved it, which I have no idea why. But yeah, this match was pretty bad. I mean, Ronda looked like a rookie. She really did. I mean, this match looked bad. It wasn't good at all. It does the only reason. Come on, we all know why she's champion because she's a star outside of WWE. She's got a movie coming out or it's out already. I don't know. And you knew they put this big deal with her in New York, and they put this big painting or whatever it was up for her, and yeah, it's all about mainstream attention because now that's gonna blow up tomorrow all over ESPN and Fox Sports and all these other places. That's the only reason she's the champ, to draw publicity.
Yeah, Mike Drop, I agree with you. I like Alexa Bliss. I'm a fan of Alexa Bliss. Her in-ring work is okay. It's not the greatest. She would be definitely better as a manager. I agree with you on that. And Speeds makes a good point and asked a good question. Who was made to look worse tonight, Kevin Owens or Alexa Bliss?
Oh, Alexa Bliss. She didn't need much help, though.
Alexa Bliss looks like they made Alexa Bliss look like a joke the last month of this feud with Ronda Rousey, how she was scared of her, ran from her. Anything she did to her did not affect her. And it makes a good point. Speed says she beats up 4 bodyguards. How do you expect her to ever lose a match? So I've been a fan of Rousey's work. This wasn't particularly her best match, and the match we had with Alicia Fox wasn't good either. So I guess it always compares on who her wrestling partner is, because her match with Nia Jax was pretty damn good. And
so, question, Tony. Wait. I have a question for you, Tony.
Go ahead.
Who's beating Ronda Rousey on Raw? Sasha Banks, who's always injured, who's like 5 foot? Or is it going to be Bayley, the hugger, who's nice? Tell me who on Raw is beating Ronda Rousey with the way how they have her built, or is it going to be Nia Jax?
Nope. No one. Because you know what this is going to do? Instead of doing champion versus champion match, Survivor Series, they're just going to do 4-on-4. Well, maybe not anymore after Becky Lynch turned on Charlotte, but still. I don't know now. Maybe they're not going to do that match, but man, it's just...
Ruby Riot's probably going to be hopefully our next feud, but she's
right. No one is beating Ronda Rousey. No one.
So it's going to be so it's going to be Charlotte. So it's going to be Charlotte versus Rousey at the Survivor Series.
It's going to be Ronda versus Charlotte at the WrestleMania you're going to, Catino. Probably for the main event, my friend.
Wait, so what you're trying to tell me is that Charlotte is going to Raw, or is Rousey going to SmackDown?
I bet she goes to SmackDown next year.
I don't know. It's going to end up probably happening.
They're not going to put Rousey on SmackDown.
I wouldn't be surprised to put everyone on SmackDown next year at this time.
Baszler is about the only one you'd give a good... Yeah, Baszler is the only one she has a shot against Rousey. And
but Nia Jax does too, but we've kind of already seen that.
Yeah, Nia Jax as well, but yeah, that's a good point as well.
What about Asuka? What about Asuka?
Asuka too, but she's on SmackDown Live and
never used. I mean, come on, they booked her like shit after WrestleMania.
Yep.
Women's Royal Rumble next year. That's very true. I did put a poll up on the Twitter on what you thought of the Ronda Rousey match. 29% said they loved it. 25% said that they liked it, and 46% said they hated it. So
whoever loved it can get your fan card revoked. You're not
so most of the people did not like it. Did not care for the match. So yeah, there you go. It wasn't Rousey's best performance tonight.
So they're going to turn this into Ronda's UFC run for that year or whatever, where she just beat everyone in like 30 seconds. That's what they're going to turn this into. Where Ronda's just going to beat everyone quickly.
Great, a girl Goldberg, just what we need.
And then the big question is will she be defending the title next month at Hell in a Cell? That's going to be the big question.
Wait, I forgot. I know who's going to beat her. It's going to be her good buddy Natalya, right? Isn't that what you guys said before? It was going to be Nat going to turn on her and beat her.
But she will eventually turn heel on Ronda Rousey. Eventually, not now, but eventually.
Hey, to be fair though, Goldberg couldn't work either.
Very true.
She can't have a match longer than 30 seconds. What can she do? Yeah. I mean, she did. It was a good match between her and Nia Jax. Like, I really enjoyed that match. Tonight's match was not that good, and you could probably put a little bit, maybe a blame on Alexa Bliss too, because
I don't think it's a good matchup. I mean, whether you like Rousey or not, I just don't think like Alexa Bliss is like a feather to most of the women. She's the smallest one of all of them. So, I mean, I get the other Brandon's point about like the realism of all of it, but it's just like Alexa Bliss realistically doesn't have a chance against somebody like Ronda in the wrestling world. So I just thought it was just kind of a mismatch in general to start with.
Yeah, if you look at your eyes, you look at it and you watch the match, it's like she has no chance. When you have it Nia Jax, okay, Nia Jax is bigger than her. That's why it was more competitive. I mean, yes, of course, Natalya will probably, when they have the match finally, it'll be competitive, I'm sure, but not like this when you have 5 feet of fury.
When she's going up against toothpicks like Alicia Fox and Alexa Bliss, it's hard for her to have matches because it's too unbelievable for them to look like they have a chance with Ronda when she's so much bigger than them, and she could just launch them across the ring with nothing. Like,
wait, guys, now wait. Now, yes, Alexa Bliss is short and she's light, but Alicia Fox is taller than Ronda Rousey. Yeah, she might be lighter, but she's still taller. She still had the height. But again, they made Alicia Fox look weak. You know, she is a former Divas champion, but still, got to give her something. But it's like, my thing is like this. Nia Jax was competitive. Why? Because Nia Jax had got offense in. Alexa Bliss, no offense. Alicia Fox, no offense. Really.
And why
it's like just letting it become where it is. Like, it's like Goldberg. You know, just go in there, they get their offense in, match is over, everybody's happy, they walk out.
That's very true, Speeds. Don't Dave Meltzer ourselves exactly.
Yeah, because Ronda's not going to sell for Alicia Fox or Alexa Bliss at all. Because I'm not saying she shouldn't, but that's what they look at it like. Okay, we want you to dominate these two, and that's it. These two should not put up no fight against you because you're the baddest woman on the planet.
Yep. All right, so let's move on to the main event, which was Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. They kind of threw a little bit of a twist into the match, having Braun Strowman come down to the ring. You're thinking he might cash in and make it a triple threat match. I was hoping he wouldn't. He did not do that. I was kind of happy that he said, you know what, I'm going to stick around at the ringside area, and I'm going to cash in basically after the match, pretty much warning them that after the match he was going to cash in on everybody, on whoever won. And that's when we had the match, which was pretty much full of German suplexes and Superman punches and spears. They did get Braun Strowman involved at the end where Roman hits Strowman out with the dive outside of the ring, which then leads to him getting F5'd by Brock and beaten senseless with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And Roman finally defeats the Beast Incarnate. And after 5 years, everybody, Roman Reigns is your Universal Champion. No shenanigans, no him getting cashed in at the end. Maybe probably the best part of the match is what Steve mentioned was Brock launching the briefcase halfway up the ring. And all I could think is when he grabbed the car door and he launched it into the crowd and hit a fan.
That was awesome.
That's all I could think of. He was gonna.
I missed that, Brock.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna kill somebody, but he ended up beating the shit with him with the Money, the briefcase, getting Strowman hurt outside the ring, so he wasn't able to cash in after the match. So what happens now? Reigns is your champ. Brock is supposed to be on Raw tomorrow night, and Strowman still wasn't able to cash in. So after your thoughts of the main event of SummerSlam and your thoughts of Roman Reigns finally overcoming the odds and is now your new world champion.
I feel like there were so many moving parts coming into this match that emotionally I was unstable in terms of how to think. But I can't say that I'm any more excited to have Brock Lesnar not the champion as I am Roman Reigns to be the champion. Like, obviously, we knew it was going to happen at some point. I personally would have preferred the triple threat match just because I'm sick of Lesnar and Reigns. And the only really good thing about this match is that we hopefully don't have to get any more of that. But if Brock is scheduled to be on Raw, who says that he doesn't what's it called, do his rematch clause, and we get to see another one of this. Like, that could very well happen because WWE clearly thinks that this feud is still worth pushing a little bit. But I think the only good part about this match was, one, is hopefully the feud is going to come to an end, and two, it was we got some unexpected moments. You know, it was finisher after finisher after finisher, but I think Braun Strowman's involvement made it a little more of a wild card. But again, it's a shame that the main events like this are the matches that people look forward to the least now. And we got the best match of the night pretty much was the first one.
Fair point. And that was, he was, hold up. What was it? God darn it, where was that? He was hoping actually for Brock to win just so he could see how Angle and Dana White would spin this angle. That's a pretty, I like that. And also, what happens with Heyman now? Do we see Heyman right off into the sunset? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with some of these guys come tomorrow night on Raw. What about you, Katina? What did you think?
I'm cool that Roman Reigns won. I'm happy Brock Lesnar lost. I'm always happy when Brock Lesnar loses. Trying to think. I don't know. Now in my head, I'm like, all right, so we go from Reigns Lesnar feud. Are we going to now go into a Braun Strowman Reigns feud, or are we going to go into a Braun Strowman Brock Lesnar feud? Because Lesnar attacked, Braun Strowman. So of course Braun Strowman is going to want to get some payback tomorrow night on Raw. So I'm thinking that Strowman is going to interfere if Lesnar tries to get his rematch tomorrow. I say Strowman shows up and he just puts a whooping on Lesnar, and maybe that's how we get Lesnar out of the WWE, because maybe he takes a beating from Braun Strowman and he gets taken out. Because remember, it was last year's SummerSlam, it was Strowman that I think put him through the table, and they had stretchered him out. So I'm just thinking maybe they'll do the same thing again, where Strowman's the one who takes Lesnar out, and that's when we see Lesnar in the UFC, where he gets his ass whooped by DC anyway. And that's really it.
A lot of people are saying that Brock beats the shit out of Reigns tomorrow night, and Strowman cashes in. But everybody remember the one thing. Hold up. If following WWE is the most stupid thing ever, then why the fuck are you in this chat room trying to troll us? Because nobody gives a fuck what you're saying. You're trying to troll, and it's not working, my friend. Good try, though. A lot of people are saying that the cash-in is gonna happen, but Braun Strowman did say he's not a coward. He's not gonna cash in when someone behind someone's back. He wants to have a legit cash-in. So I don't know. We could see it happen tomorrow night. Dave, your thoughts? Main event.
Oh man, this main event was so. Speaking of underwhelming, the word of the hour, I guess, for this podcast. So yeah. I think this match is underwhelming. I mean, because it ended so abruptly, to me anyway, because you had the beatdown of Strowman, and then all of a sudden you had Brock and Reigns get speared, match over. Reigns is champion, we go off, and that's it.
Yep.
I was like, that's it? I mean, that was
just... They were scared that the crowd was either going to boo or throw trash or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was just weird how they did all that. And I was just, this wasn't nowhere near, their last match they had was better than this. But, I mean, yeah, this match wasn't good at all to me. And, yeah, I didn't like having Strowman out there either, because I would have preferred him to cash in and say it's a triple threat match, because that might have actually saved it from the crowd crapping all over it. But then they went the route of just doing like that. And I don't think Brock's going to cash in tomorrow or rematch tomorrow. I think he saves his rematch for WrestleMania next year. Whoever the champion is some Brock.
So we get another Brock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. People are going to love that.
Or Strowman, because now we're going to see Strowman and Brock, or Strowman and Reigns for the next 6 months.
Yeah, and I agree with Speeds that Braun going out there and saying that he's not a coward, and then, you would think he was going to say, all right, I'm going to make it a triple threat. But no, he's going to say he's going to, even though I liked it better that way, him being at ringside, you would have thought he would have just said, all right, I'm gonna be in this match.
Yeah, what if he says he wants his title shot at down under in what is that, Australia? That Australia pay-per-view they got coming up.
God. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, and then isn't that next month?
October.
October.
Oh, October.
We get Brock and Roman at that show.
Oh, lovely.
Same night as Conor McGregor, guys.
All right, so everybody get your rating fingers ready for SummerSlam, please. I put a poll on the Twitter account. What did you think of WWE SummerSlam?
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead, Catino. Go ahead.
I thought isn't Lesnar's contract up tomorrow night? Isn't tomorrow night his last night on his contract, or is he like good to September or something?
That I do not know. I'm not 100%. I know he's supposed to meet with the brass this weekend, but other than that, I'm not sure how his contract is.
Because I want to say that's why everybody thought he was going to lose it at SummerSlam, because I believe tomorrow night is supposed to be his last day of his contract, in which of course we all know he's going to the UFC, so that's why it was like let him drop, then he can, then now we don't have to worry about it. But that's when Dave was talking about getting his rematch at WrestleMania next year. I'm like, but his contract is up. I don't think he's going to be with the WWE next year.
I don't know, because Brock has said, though, he would love to do, I think that's what he said, or Paul Heyman, one of the two said it, that he would love to do both, where he would be part-time, like, work with WWE and work with the UFC.
Yeah, Bob Arusky just said that Meltzer said it expired tonight. Oh, okay, Red Sox fan. I believe what Red Sox fan said. Bob Arusky says, I think he got a deal, but it's being hush-hush because of UFC.
Gotcha.
So, there you go. So everybody in the chat, like I said, 29% said they loved SummerSlam. 42 said they liked it. 29% said that they hated it. So, Brandon, after between a 1 and a 5, what would you rate SummerSlam tonight?
I'm just gonna go right in the middle and give it a 3, because I thought the good matches, the IC title, the SmackDown or the WWE Championship between Styles and Samoa Joe, and the triple threat match were, you got to look at the highs. There was a lot of mediocrity, but all in all, the highs were enough for me to at least give it a 3. It started off as a 4.5, 5 for me, but it went down to a 3 as the show progressed into the later matches.
Wow, I'm actually shocked. Red Sox fan says it was better than TakeOver for me. I'm actually shocked. He said that 4 out of 5 for story, 2 out of 5 for wrestling. Okay, that's fair. First 4 for me for 2018, says Budweiser. Okay, good show once again. Got it. All right, thanks, Juanito, for dropping by, my friend. Always thank you, and dropping those super hearts. Appreciate it.
And Tony, I'm just going to say, after I give my rating, unfortunately, I have to leave you all tonight. I appreciate everybody letting me come on and share the airwaves. Brandon, it's been a bit of pleasure. You have an amazing name. And Dave, it's a pleasure as well.
Well, thank you, After, for always joining us. And remember, follow After's Hours podcast, and always follow Brandon After at BAfter23 at twitter.com, or at Twitter, whatever it is. Thank you for always coming on, After. Appreciate you coming on.
Take care, fellas.
Yes, sir. All right, Katina, we're going to go with you. Out of 1 through 5.
I want to say, I believe I gave TakeOver a 3.5 last night, so I'm going to give SummerSlam a 3. Like, I really was tempted to give it a 2 because of the whole Ronda Rousey trash that I had to watch and go through. But AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, Samoa Joe, New Day, it makes it a 3 for me. So I'm gonna stick with my Brandon fellow part, and we're gonna give it a 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair point. Okay, 3's going around so far. Bizarre one. Are you gonna be changing that?
No, I think the matches that I wanted to see, and the matches that, to me, they delivered the matches I cared about. And so I'm gonna go. I must say, I don't think it was a great show, but I think it was a 3. It was I think 3 is about an average show, so I think it was about an average.
Okay, I'm going to go 3.5. It was a pretty solid show. I was entertained throughout. I mean, goddamn, it's a 6-hour show, everybody. 6 hours. And for us to give it a 3, 3.5, that's pretty good. I mean, it kept your attention for the most part. Yeah, I know a lot of matches that we talked about were either quick or had some disqualifications. Probably a lot of people probably wanted some outcomes to be different than others, but hey, it kind of shows WWE is not definitely done with a couple of feuds yet on SmackDown Live are on Raw. But I thought overall it was a pretty solid show for the most part. Now, the big question is what happens tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw? Do we see a cash-in? Do we even see Brock Lesnar even show up tomorrow night on Raw, even though he's supposed to be scheduled to be on it tomorrow night?
Do we have everyone's favorite match already from tonight?
I'm about to ask that right now. Brandon Cantino, your match of the night. I have it on my Twitter account.
Really quick. How about we do it differently? How about we do your favorite and least favorite?
Okay, we'll go with least favorite first. But on the poll tonight, I put what was the match of the night. 10% said it was Reigns versus Lesnar. 11% said SmackDown Live women's title match. 19% said it was Miz versus Daniel Bryan. And 60% said it was Rollins. I should have put Joe and Styles. I don't know why I didn't put that match. Rollins versus Ziggler got 60%, overwhelmingly the favorite match of SummerSlam. But I should have put the Joe and Styles match. I apologize for that. But your thoughts, Catino, your favorite match of the night?
Favorite match of the night? Man, I'm so I told you, I told you on Twitter I was gonna say Rollins and Ziggler, but then Joe and AJ happened, and I was just feeling what they were doing. So I mean, I might be biased, but I got to go with AJ and Joe as my favorite. Dolph Ziggler and Rollins definitely second favorite match of the night. You guys already know my least favorite. I don't even have to say.
Least favorite was Rousey.
You know it.
Zesty in the chat asked us if we're going to have a show tomorrow night. No show tomorrow night. We're actually going to be off. We just did 4 straight shows in a row. So we're going to be taking Monday night off. We will be live tweeting Raw, but we won't be having a show. If you want to see a post show of Raw tomorrow, that's your man to watch. Speeds and Bitchmark, they are live after Monday Night Raw. So if you want to complain or bitch and moan about Raw, that's the show to go on there and bitch and moan. We will be live Tuesday night, right after SmackDown Live goes off air, and we'll be touching on Raw as well, and then touching on what happens on SmackDown Live that following night. Also, we are also live on Thursdays as well for Impact and for NXT. And don't forget, everybody, starting next weekend, new time slot. We won't be on Saturday nights anymore. We'll be live on Sunday nights. Don't forget, new time as well at 9 Eastern. We'll be live on Sunday nights, going live a little bit earlier. It'll be the same concept as the Saturday night show, shoot the shit, but we'll go on a little bit earlier, and we'll actually have Alex joining us a lot more, and maybe more cameo appearances from guys like Brandon Cantino and Apter and others. So we got some people in mind that we would love to shoot the shit with on the show. Dave, your favorite and least match of SummerSlam?
Kind of like what Brandon said. Mine's going to be more because I'm really invested in this guy, and I think his last SummerSlam match was against John Cena for the WWE title. So I'm going to go. I could be wrong on that, but I think I'm right. I'm going to go Miz and Bryan. I enjoyed the slow pace of this feud. I enjoyed the match. I was really into the match. The only match I was into Joe and Styles, don't get me wrong, but this is the only match that I put my phone down and didn't tweet at all. And that's what I do during Bryan matches. I just watch it full attention. So Bryan's the only guy who can get me to put my phone down and just watch it, enjoy it. So I'm going there. Least favorite was Roman fucking Reigns.
Yeah, I can feel you. What's your thoughts on the Bellas getting booed out of the building? Ugh. I mean, I'm not sure what else to expect. They're not very well liked for the most part, other than, I think, Brie. I know Nikki's not a fan favorite, plus, you know.
You see that promo? I mean, shit, she's all going after everyone else, too.
Yeah, so it is. I was going to take phone calls tonight, but it is already late. It's almost midnight it's over midnight on the East Coast time, almost midnight here. I was going to take phone calls, but I don't want to cut y'all people short. So everybody that was going to call in tonight, I do apologize. But save your phone calls in we'll do next weekend, if that's better, maybe Tuesday night as well. Yeah, we rant. I think it's more our fault. I probably should have didn't let guys rant for so long, but hey, that's what makes this show so good. I do like y'all's involvement into the show, and I feel bad for no call-ins, but we will do a call-in show. We try to do it we did it last night. Fortunately, I know Adam Bomb has some connection issues. We had Architect who had some connection issues, so we apologize for that. But if you'd like to call in, let us know, and then possibly do a
Tony.
co-host one night. Let us know. Yes.
Do you still want to do that giveaway tonight or wait?
Well, here's the thing on the giveaway. This is how I was going to do the giveaway. The giveaway will be announced on Tuesday night because I want to give some people chances to do it because I know a lot of people are watching it on Periscope or on the YouTube, and not on the YouTube. So you got 5 days, everybody. You have till, I'll give you all to Thursday night show to go on to the SummerSlam post-show video that is on our YouTube, and you comment. You leave your name, your Twitter handle, or your Periscope name on the comment section, and you will be in the giveaway that will be on Thursday. That's how I will know that you qualify. All right? Yeah, I got you, Speeds. I'll do that right after the show. So go on to the YouTube, you comment on our video, and you just put your Periscope name or your Twitter handle, and we'll go from there. The giveaway, don't forget, everybody, the giveaway is this Undertaker t-shirt, the Andre the Giant fleece blanket, and then we have the Monster and the Money in the Bank, Braun Strowman. All right, so I just dropped my bottle. Don't forget the Get the Tables podcast on YouTube, and then we also have a Patreon account as well. If you want to qualify and win these Young Buck pop figurines, we are on there on Patreon at Get the Tables Podcast. The logo is you'll find us on Patreon, and we do appreciate everybody who's gone on there and donated, and everybody who's came onto the show and throughout Hearts and the Super Hearts and shared the broadcast and been on here for the almost 2 hours that we have been live. It's been an amazing 4 days and enjoying wrestling with everybody in here. It's been crazy. Catino, thank you for coming on the show tonight with us. Kind of a last minute thing. We were supposed to have Architect on, but we had some connection issues. Yeah, I saw that you said you'd pop on, so I said, hey, screw it. Let's have you on here. And we do really appreciate it. It seems like you are a lot of fans liked you and might want you on the show more often. So we might have to have that happen sometime.
Hey man, I definitely appreciate you guys letting me come on like this. I was just throwing it out there because I was like, oh man, the Architect's co-hosting over here. I was like, all right. And then when it didn't work, I was like, yo, I'll hop in. I ain't got no problem stepping up, helping you guys out if you guys needed that extra person. But yeah, man, like I said, I just always thank you guys for letting me, hang out, chit chat with you guys, and allow me to vent my frustrations with the WWE and Vinnie Mac and Ronda Rousey, that trash slam pig person that she is.
Oh man, well, Red Sox fan, thank you for always joining us too, man. Much love to you. Don't forget, this guy is a young whippersnapper. He knows his shit about wrestling. So thank you for always joining us. Thank you for everybody joining us tonight. And don't forget, after Monday Night Raw, Speeds and the Benchmark will be live and going to post show for Monday night, and then we'll be live Tuesday for SmackDown and Raw. So thank you everybody for joining us.
Hey, Tony, one last thing.
Yes, sir.
One last thing that we always do. Match of the weekend.
Oh yeah, match of the weekend, Brandon.
I think I'm gonna go with Ciampa and Gargano on this one. I think that one is my match of the week, and it's close because you're saying how much I love AJ, but I'm gonna go with that storyline, that heat a little bit more.
All right, Ziggler and Rollins, Ricochet and Cole, some of them. Dave, last but
For
not
me,
least.
the favorite match of the weekend, I mean, for me, it was the match I was mostly invested in, and that was seeing Daniel Bryan return to the ring. So that's me. Okay,
fair point. Fair enough. My favorite was Cole and Ricochet. Close second was Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. I thought that match was really, really good. So don't forget, everybody, go on YouTube, subscribe to us, get into this giveaway for us on Thursday night. And don't forget, if you're new to the show, hit that follow button. We'd really appreciate that. Again, thank you for all the new followers. Again, thank you for all the dedicated viewers who always come in here every week. And we will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great Monday. Enjoy Raw. We'll be with you guys live tweeting it. And we will see you on Tuesday, and have a safe Monday because we want to see you Tuesday night. Thank you, everybody.